Hey guys, welcome to the week here at the Nogi course, and today we're gonna do some overhook butterfly positions, and we're gonna go for just a regular sweep and then guillotine setup from here. Okay, so just to give you guys an idea of why the overhook kind of happens. So a lot of the times you would want to go for the underhook, but the guy is very aware, so he's gonna pummel his arms, right? This doesn't stop you from pummeling back, right? You could always pummel. This is basically Jiu-Jitsu 101. Every time you go for an underhook, the guy pummels and you will have to pummel back, right? But let's say he pummels again, and this time he comes really close. It's hard for me to go in with the pummel again, right? So now I'm having to commit to an overhook, right? Overhooking means going over his arm, underneath his armpit, and I'm bringing his shoulder tight to me, right? Now, the positioning changes slightly, right? So before I was with my head close to his chest, but in this scenario, I'm gonna be having my head right on top of his head or neck here, basically, okay? So I'm gonna be doing the same sweep just to give you guys first an idea of what the basic looks like. So I'm gonna be grabbing this arm, pulling it to me, and as I'm sweeping him, I have to keep in mind I don't wanna go to the side control. I'll explain why. So I'm here. If I choose now to go to the side control with my knee down, I'm very exposed giving him my back, right? So when I'm going for the same sweep, the butterfly sweep with the overhook position, I want to be going all the way over to the mount, okay? So I'm going to be grabbing his arm, sweeping, but I'm going all the way over here, okay? So even though he might push me forward, I can wave my arm in and I can start setting up head and arm control here, okay? So it's much, much safer. You could always make a scramble if you go to the side control and try to return, but I would always suggest to make it safe and go to the mount instead. Now, what's gonna happen here, a lot of the times when you're going for the sweep, let's go for the overhook, there you go, is that he's gonna be bringing his arm a little bit back, so this happens, okay? Now, it's hard for me to catch his arm. I can't really sweep him without having his arm because let's say he's just gonna post his hand on the floor, right? So what do I do now? I want to, one, get his arm closer to me. To do this, I'm bringing his head forward like this, okay? And I can always catch this arm and then go for the sweep, okay? But sometimes he's really low with his head and I should really use that opportunity to catch his head, okay? So what I'm doing here is I'm pulling it towards me, and as he posts on the floor, his head is really close by, so I can now go over with my arm and catch his head here. Okay? When I catch his head, I'm making sure that I'm really covering the back of his neck, right? A lot of the times we might be like not all the way over, so his head is kind of popping up back. And if that happens, I might lose the position quite easily. So try to always catch with your shoulder tight onto his neck here, okay? Now look at the other side here. So I brought him forward, I caught his head, and we're just gonna remove Lass's arm slightly here. So you're gonna see I have my arm behind his armpit doing the overhook like we did earlier, but now I'm gonna move my hand in front of his shoulder here, okay? And the idea is to do this before you start leaning back into the guillotine choke, because if I start leaning back from here, his weight is on top of me, and therefore there's no space here for me to bring my hand inside, okay? So if I do this beforehand, that I bring my hand in front here and I bring my elbow high, now, when I pull back, I'm good to go to set up the choke, right? And preferably, you want to set up either a half guard or a closed guard, okay? So, just to give you an idea, I'm here, slide my hand in front, I can go straight away to a closed guard here, okay? And I've heard this thing before where a lot of people say, I don't have the shoulder mobility to bring my elbow high like this, right? And fair enough, the mobility does help to some degree, but the whole idea here is to use your hips more than even like the flexibility. So you're gonna bring your hips to the side, and that's gonna allow you to bring your elbow high, right? If my hips are turning this way, my elbow is very limited to go high here. But if I turn my hips towards his neck, now certainly I can bring my elbow much, much higher. So here again, he goes underhook, bam, I pull him forward, catch his head, my arm goes inside, and then I'm starting to pull back, okay? Watch how I'm tilting over towards his neck. to finish. Okay? One last time. Last here. So underhook, bam. Nice. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.